Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and I am just playing along with my scrapbooking supplies today, and I'm just doing a layout that I want to add to a challenge in a Girls Down Under group, where there's a group of us that are from Australia and we just create, and I'm just putting together this layout for that challenge. So I have to use some embellishments that I have received through this group. We swap different things over time, and I'm just going to use two today that I have received from the talented people in this group. So my layout is for my daughter. I am going to put it into her Christmas album collection, and it is of her riding the penny farthing at the Pioneer Village that we recently visited. So I'm putting together a bit of a steampunky theme to the layout. Now I am using Scrap Boys paper. I love Scrap Boys papers. They are just beautiful, and this is from their Steampunk range as well. But I just love the yellow roses. They're so beautiful. I'm using some corrugated paper here, as you can see, and what I've done is I'm just tearing it and inking it up with the scorched timber to give it that vintagey feel, that grungy look that is very, very indicative of a steampunk. So I'm just making sure that all my edges are inked and smoky so that they blend nicely with the whole concept of this layout. And as you can see, I'm going through all the edges. That's just so that the whole layout ties up nicely together. Now, I don't manage to do this quite easily. I actually have a lot of difficulty getting this together because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted this layout to have that steampunky grungy feel. I knew I wanted lots of layers, but how I actually was layering up this corrugated board to it, actually I did it quite awkwardly. So as you can see, I'm a bit Gumby in that respect. Just playing along, not really sure how it's going to go. That's how a lot of my layouts go. I'm not sure how I'm going to pull it all together, and sometimes I leave it into the videos for you to see me making the mistakes, and today you've got one with lots of mistakes in it because I just had a difficulty pulling it all together for some reason. But I do love the final effect, but it just goes to show that sometimes it takes a bit to get to what you want. What about you? Do you have that problem too? Do you play with paper and it doesn't go the way you want it to go, and then you have to play around and change it up a bit? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm interested in how other people go with their scrapping as well. Also, do you like having videos on while you're scrapping? Because that's what I do. I have other people playing while I'm scrapping, so I can learn as I'm going, keep me inspired. Or do you like to be a quiet scrapper? You have nothing happening in the background and it's all quiet. Sometimes it's scrapbooking videos. Well, actually a lot of the time it's scrapbooking videos. Then other times it is a what do you call it, a binge that I'm watching on TV or something. So I'm curious, are you a quiet scrapper, or are you a multitasker listening to other people and watching other people? As you can see, this layering up is taking me a bit of a while. It's fussying around. Here I've got the wrong piece, you can see, and I'm trying to work out why it's not working. I'm just showing you that my head's not always in the game. It's not always correct, and you can see that sometimes I just have to have a little bit of stop and think, now why is that not working? That's what I was thinking at the time, and then I thought, oh, there you go, got the wrong piece. So I grabbed the correct piece that's going to fit in nicely under that layering there, and I'm just going to layer it up and put it into this layout here. Now, isn't that pretty paper? Like those roses are just gorgeous on this paper, and I love the antique feel. It feels like old brocade type of paper. So I'm just going to split this corrugated paper here, so it'll be at top and bottom. That doesn't matter because when I put the photo on, you won't see that part that is short in the middle. And I'm just putting that there for that extra texture. I do like a lumpy bumpy layer. You all know that if you've watched my videos. I just like to have texture and play with the paper and all those sorts of things. So I'm just putting in the last piece here, and I am going to add in some more of this cogs and timepieces into it because I want that whole steampunk feel to this layout. And as I said, this is for a challenge. It is anything goes, but we do have to use embellishments that we've swapped, and I am, like I said, putting 2 into it on this one as well. So I'm just finishing up the layering of the page, and this is the longest part. It took a while to get this to happen for me today. I don't know why. I was just struggling. Sometimes you get that. Pieces just not layering up, not working for you. So I thought I'd just show you exactly what my process was. But don't forget, I've sped this up. So that's showing you how long this has taken me to actually pull this one together. Pretty unusual because I can usually pull it together quite quickly, but not today. Today it was just taking forever to come together. And does that happen to you at times? Do you have an idea and then it doesn't work and then you've got to rearrange everything and make it happen for you? Or does it always come together for you? I'm curious. I'd like to know how other people scrap and how things happen for them. Let me know down in the comments. I really do want to know what your scrapping process is like. So there's my photo. That's it. That's my daughter. She was on the penny farthing. She's the only one of us that's light enough to do this type of thing. The guy was really funny. He said to her, just one thing before you get on, just letting you know we only have 2 Band-Aids. So we were just laughing. So don't you fall. Just be very careful. And, it's an old bike, penny farthing, with the big giant wheel at the front, the tiny wheel at the back. This is at the Pioneer Village, so it's all heritage things in there. This is one of the scrap embellishments that I received during our Steampunk swap, and here's a camera that I received through our film swap. Thanks, Mel, for the camera. I do not know who gave me that Steampunk one. There was no name on it. I'm not sure who it came from, but whoever it was, thank you very much. I do tone the blue down, I must admit. I do tone down that blue butterfly. First of all, I try by putting on the black ones over the top, but this blue's still coming in. It's not the right colour for the layout, so I do use the scorched timber to bring it down. I'm layering up lots of my dies that I've taken time to cut. Like I've got some cogs there, you'll see. I've got some chains, and I'm just building up clustering. I added in that brickwork behind just to give it like the cobblestones on the road that you can't really see in the photo, but that's what she was riding on. And I'm going to add flowers where these cogs are sitting as well. So just putting it down how I want it to be. I did go off screen to glue it all into place, and now I'm just putting in the flowers and adding in the extra cogs as I've come across them. Now, I die cut these flowers. I used the yellow cardstock that I matted my photo in, and I also found a piece of brown. It looked like paneling, wood paneling, and it's giving the right colour to match the photos on this, the paper and the feel of the layout. So I like how this is all coming together. You can see there underneath the butterflies that I've toned that blue right down, used the scorched timber to do it. So that round embellishment allowed a placement for my clock face to sit. And then I've added in the cogs and everything to build that cluster. And I'm really liking how these flowers have added to the clusters and the die cuts, and how the whole overall feel is picking up the colours of the paper. But all the time, even though there's lots of things happening on it, that photo is still staying very prominent and dominant on the page. So now that I've done that, I just have a few things to do, and I'd like to add the foliage in, and I've got these thin spindly branch type pieces that I'm using to extend the clusters so that they are taller and wider and drawing your eye around the page, not just stopping in one spot. And that's a great technique to use with a cluster, is to build that height or length so that your eye does roam around the layout, doesn't just stop at the one point. And because I have them placed so that they are going around the layout, your eye will naturally follow that process around. And that's something I've learnt by watching lots of videos. I've watched lots of experts working on their videos and how they cluster and how they put things together. I am still learning to cluster. I still have to practice a lot. I'm not very good at clustering with stickers and things, so that's a big area that I need to improve. And as I said, I watch the experts on lots of videos to get better at what I'm doing. How about you? Do you like to watch and learn, or do you just like to experiment by yourself? Let me know down below. As I said, I'm really curious to see how everybody else scraps. So there's how everything has come together. I added in a few little more cogs that I found and the arms on my clock. And now I'm using my favourite Nouveau drops to finish off my flowers. Now this brown colour is my absolute favourite. It's so neutral, I just love it. I need to actually get more of it. And I've got a buttery yellow which I'm using on the brown centres of the flowers. And that's how this layout is all coming together nice and easily. You know, have a go, people. Just don't be afraid. It's interesting to see what you can come up with when you just play with your papers and your photos. The only thing I'd say is remember that your photo needs to be the centre of the attention, and if you use the colours of your photos wisely, regardless of what's happening in the background, it will always stay dominant on your page. So there is my layout. There are the clusters. They are just beautiful. I love this page. I think this is my style. This is what I like to do. This is my jam. This is what I would prefer to do. Obviously, it takes so long. So if I did every page like this, I would never get anything scrapped. But I do love the process of working papers and clusters and embellishments this way. So thank you for sticking it through to the end, everybody. I really do appreciate it. I hope I've inspired you to have a go at something. If I have, give me a thumbs up. And happy scrapping till next time. I'll see you over at the next video real soon.